Hey, beautiful soul. Welcome in for your weekly reading for the week of November 21st through November 28th. This is our energy check potentials report. Get ready. Some things are still brewing that are carrying over from last week and some totally new energy, which is very exciting. For those of you that are new to me, I'm Joy Giovanni, Joyful Medium. I help people get clear messages and guidance from loved ones who have already crossed over to the spirit world or from their own souls about their own lives. So one of the best things about this week is this first card that I want to talk about, this Knight of Pentacles. Now, if you notice, this knight is not moving very quickly in this depiction. And that means that there is a slow and steady progress with our abundance. Yay! Now, this can be actual monetary funds, right? You could be getting a raise. That side hustle could be paying off. You could be getting a business idea over these last couple weeks that you are bringing to fruition. So this can mean lots of things financially, but it can also mean abundance in other ways, like we're always talking about. Maybe you have more abundance of time. Maybe you have abundance of helpers that are showing up or people to be in community and collaborate with you. But just be available for this slow and steady increase or focus on abundance. It is probably not going to show up like a windfall out of nowhere, although it could. But it really is just letting you know, don't be discouraged. This is a slow build. So if things have been a little challenging or a little uncertain with abundance, I'm thinking of some things going on in the US right now for all of us who are in the States. But other countries are having things too, often as it relates to the States. So just know that this is going to be a slow, steady build, but also as part of this energy, if you're wanting to call forward more abundance, be focusing on the abundance that you already have. Be a good steward of your money. Be using your time in ways that enrich you, right? So let's move on because there's so much energy this week. As part of this energy, you can see I love that the skies are both yellow. So this is a very lovely connection. The Fool card is a major arcana card. My little foot's fallen asleep. So what does that mean for us? This means next chapter energy, new part of our path energy, and sometimes a new segment of our path comes about because we have made some choices to bring it about. Sometimes it comes about because other people or influences or the world in general has made choices that are putting us on this new part of our path. But this is very exciting energy. This is the energy of you creating what is next for you. You really using all of the gifts and tools that you have to clear the path forward for yourself, which I think is a wonderful opportunity here. We saw the next card last week, and I think it's really interesting that this Ace of Wands is showing up again. Aces, remember, are opportunities, just like this card depicts, of spirit, which is what this hand represents, coming in from the side, sometimes unexpectedly, to give us new opportunities, new growth around what we are passionate about with this suit of wands. So just know money is in this mix, or abundance, new chapter, next chapter energy, new part of your journey, but spirit has your back and is really going to be sprinkling in or inspiring you with some new opportunities. Now, again, with abundance, make sure you are paying attention for opportunities that are being presented to you or that you're being invited to. It doesn't always mean that it's going to show up as someone saying, hey, do you want this check? But it could be someone saying, hey, do you want to participate in this event? Do you want to come to this mixer? Can I introduce you to this business person or friend or someone that I think would be a good collaborator? So just be open that it can come in lots of ways and usually is showing up in unexpected ways or sometimes from unexpected sources. So if you are spending some family time over the next week and maybe someone in attendance is not someone who normally would be presenting an opportunity to you, still listen carefully. They might have some wisdom, or spirit might be influencing them with some wisdom to help inspire you. Now, again, this next card we have recently seen, I think it was also last week, and I shuffle these so well, you guys. Anyone that's worked with me knows that. So this is the energy of conflict, confrontation, unease, right? So just know that there is a possibility that this is either you're carrying over from last week or that you're feeling it this week as well. This can be someone showing up in a mood. This can be people disagreeing about beliefs or even the way something should be done. This can be in our individual lives. It can be in our community. It can be as a collective, but just know that this is possible. So be setting your expectations and your energy accordingly, meaning don't get sucked into whatever this conflict is. You can be a friend, you can be a wise person in the mix, but you don't have to get involved in the conflict in an active way. But if there is something that you feel like you need to say or share, also be making sure that you're thinking about it first, right? And moving into a heartfelt place of how do you want to say this in the kindest and best way so that the actual message that you're trying to share is received, not just shouting it through the room, right? That's going to get people lit up. That's going to get people on the defensive. But whatever you're needing to share or be involved in this week, what is the most loving or the highest good in the way that you can present it so that it is the best received? And then it's okay to step away from conflict. It doesn't mean you don't have to process your own emotions or your own thoughts, or that maybe we can't come together at a later time to have a more civilized conversation or a more heartfelt conversation, but you are responsible for the energy which you participate in. So I'm just going to leave it like that. This final card here is letting you know that you have a choice, that there are 3 staffs representing 3 directions, which again, remember, we're picking a new part of our journey, a new version of our path. So this person seems like they have chosen one of these staffs. They are looking out over this water. I like to show you sometimes the cards close up because there's a lot of meaning in these cards. Now, look at the sailboats. That means there's some wind, there's some breeze, but the water's not crazy turbulent. There's a little hill in the distance representing maybe some challenges to surmount, some things for you to work through. But remember, 3 often involves collaboration, blending all that you know towards a choice, the energy of coming together, right? So just see how this can be possible for you this week as you're intentionally engaging in conversations and relationships and community, as you're more intentionally thinking about the abundance you have and what you want for your life in this next chapter going forward. And remember to be paying attention for spirit. Maybe she's only aware of 2 of these wands. And then, like we talked about, this Ace of Wands with spirit giving you an additional opportunity. I feel like that's what this is representing here. So make sure you're looking behind you for other opportunities. I don't mean dipping into the past, although it's fair to evaluate who you've been so you know where you're going. But I feel like I want to say there are more choices, more paths available to you this week than maybe it would seem at first glance. So be sitting with your intuition, be taking little breaks from maybe the mix of people that you have around this week and going for a little walk or sitting outside for a bit if you're somewhere where you can do that, or stealing away to a separate room in the area that you're in and just taking a little meditative moment or listening to something positive. You can always listen to my podcast, Spirit Speakeasy, wherever you get your podcasts, or on my website, joyfulmedium.com, in the blog section. I hope that this reading's been helpful for you. I am so grateful to spend this time with you. And like I said, make sure you're checking out the podcast, Spirit Speakeasy. Let me know how this resonates with you and what is presenting to you this week. Big hugs, lots of love. Bye for now.